In today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix the Fusion 360 error that says cannot complete extrusion. This is a very common problem when you're working with sketches and trying to turn them into 3D geometry. You create your sketch, select the profile, hit extrude, and Fusion 360 suddenly throws an error and refuses to create the shape. The good news is that this problem is usually caused by a few simple sketch issues, and once you know what to look for, it's very quick to fix. I'll walk you through the most common causes and the exact steps you can use to solve them. And if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Fusion 360 tutorials and quick fixes just like this. Now let's jump into Fusion 360 and fix this extrusion error step by step. First, it's important to understand why this error happens. Fusion 360 can only extrude a valid closed profile that can be converted into clean 3D geometry. If the sketch has gaps, overlaps, or conflicting lines, Fusion cannot generate the body and the extrusion fails, so most of the time the solution is simply cleaning up the sketch so Fusion can clearly understand the shape. The first thing you should check is whether your sketch is actually closed. Go back into Edit Sketch and zoom in around the edges of your shape. Every line should connect perfectly to the next line. Even a tiny gap between two endpoints will prevent Fusion 360 from creating a valid profile. A quick way to check this is to hover your mouse over the sketch area. If the area highlights, Fusion recognizes it as a closed profile. If it does not highlight, there is likely a small gap somewhere that needs to be fixed. Simply drag the endpoints together or add a constraint until the shape fully closes. The next thing to look for is overlapping or duplicate lines. Sometimes when editing sketches or importing geometry, multiple lines can sit directly on top of each other. Fusion sees this as invalid geometry and extrusion can fail. Click on the lines in the sketch and check if more than one line is stacked in the same place. If you find duplicates, delete the extra lines and keep only the one you actually need. Another common issue is intersecting geometry inside the sketch. This happens when lines cross through the interior of a shape or when construction lines accidentally cut through the profile. Fusion may not know which boundary defines the shape you want to extrude. To fix this, use the trim tool to remove unnecessary intersections and keep the outer boundary of the profile clean and simple. If your sketch looks correct but the error still appears, try reducing the extrusion distance. Sometimes very large values or complex geometry can cause calculation issues. Edit the extrusion command and test a smaller distance first to see if the body generates successfully. You can also try changing the operation inside the extrude dialog. In the operation menu, switch between join, cut, and new body. Depending on the existing geometry in your design, Fusion may fail with one option but work perfectly with another. Another helpful solution is simplifying the sketch. Very complex sketches with many constraints, splines, or tiny segments can sometimes break the extrusion process. If this happens, try breaking the sketch into smaller sections or creating multiple simpler extrusions instead of one complicated shape. Here's a quick tip that can save you a lot of time. If you hover over a sketch and the area does not highlight, Fusion 360 is telling you that the profile is not closed. That visual cue immediately tells you that something in the sketch needs to be connected or cleaned up before extrusion will work. And that's it. Those are the most common ways to fix the Fusion 360 cannot complete extrusion error. Once your sketch is closed, clean and simple, the extrusion tool should work without any issues. If this video helped you solve the problem, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Fusion 360 tutorials, tips, and troubleshooting guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.